Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Double Negative.
Yeah.
What is good, my people? Welcome back to Computer Music Academy's weekly homework podcast. I'm your host, Tasherre. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Welcome to week number 55 of the weekly homework assignment / podcast. And first and foremost, shout out to my man Double Negative for providing that sickening track for the intro this week. Very, very dope track. What are we doing this week? Well, speaking of Double Negative, so we had a conversation, I don't know, maybe about 3 weeks ago, via email. And he actually suggested, he had a suggestion for a homework assignment. And I listened to it, I was like, you know what, I actually have something very similar. So I kind of combined the ideas, and what we're doing this week, I'm just going to simply call it XXX. Now, this is all in good fun, not trying to offend anybody, not trying to step on anybody's beliefs or anything like that. We're just having some fun. So, Double Negative's idea was, well, maybe we can have them make a strip club joint. And my original idea that I had was like, well, even though, you may not participate, you may not partake, I've actually thought about, well, what if we did something in the sense of making, let's say, adult film music, something that would be in the background. And this is totally left up to interpretation. There's no strict guidelines. There's really no rules, except for just have some fun, and whatever path you take, whether it be very serious or very comical, you kill it. And we actually have 7 submissions. First up is a gentleman who just joined he joined last week before I gave this assignment. And it's going to be very interesting. I was interested in hearing from him anyway, but now considering what this assignment is, and he jumped on it right away, and he was the first to submit, I'm very interested in hearing about it. Let's give it up for my man, Guney, aka Hugh. Let's see what he has. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting podcast. Guney, aka Hugh, making his debut. I love that. Because like I said, it's completely open to interpretation because depending on how old you are, you know, your background, if you partake in those particular forms of entertainment, you know, you have a different, you may have a different interpretation of it. And I definitely like that. That was cold. What the only thing I would suggest, because I liked the overall sound, I think it flowed and it killed. I thought it was really dope. The only thing I would definitely suggest is checking the swing and the groove on that. It seems like it had a nice little swing to it, but it seems restricted. You know what I'm saying? It's like it could have swung either way, you know, a little looser, but it had a tightness to it. And sometimes you need that tightness, but that definitely need to be just a little bit looser. But Guney is doing his thing. And I'm very happy to announce what I'm getting ready to announce. CMA is actually beginning to go worldwide. And I say that because we have people from the UK. We have people from Germany. We've had people from South Africa, from Australia. We now have a guy in 95 who's from Scotland. And now we have Guney, who's from Istanbul. How ill is that? How incredibly ill is that? So shout out to the Turkish people. Shout out to that. And shout out for that debut. Moving right along. Coming up next, a gentleman who has been, since he came in, just rocking it. I'm very interested in hearing this. My man, DJ Lockturnal, representing South Carolina. Let's go. Yes. A gentleman who has only been making music for a few months, as far as I know, who has been a DJ for a good, you know, maybe 10 to 15 years now. My man, DJ Lockturnal, I gotta give it up. That track was dope. I guess that can kind of go either way with the dancing or, you know, the movie thing. But that was definitely a strip club joint, if you want to call it that. And I especially liked, I really did like the breakdown with the drop, 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 drop. Me personally, this is just a personal thing. Me personally, I only would have made it the 2 bars, but the 4 bars actually worked, especially on that 4th bar where he actually had the other samples, blah, 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 blah. That kind of worked with that, you know, and it wasn't repeating. It was just in that one section where those samples were. So I really, really liked how he did that. I especially like that snare. That's a stain on that snare. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. That's my type of music right there. Well, anyhow, so shout out to Lockturnal for that. Coming up next to another gentleman that came in right at the same time as Lock, my man Taharqa, representing right outside of Chicago. Very interested in hearing this, and I'll tell you why very shortly. Beastly. Oh boy. Taharqa, Chicago represent. Man, man, man. So let me tell you why I was very eager to hear that. So I was actually corrected on something when he emailed me. You know, when he sent the submission, and I have a little thing where, you know, they can actually put additional notes in if they need to tell me something. And he put in his notes, he's like, well, I've never actually been to a strip club. And what I was corrected on is I thought N95 was our youngest member. Turns out Taharqa is our youngest member. Dude is only 17. So he's like, I actually haven't been to a strip club yet. So I really don't know what goes down. So he said, but I guess I will be working on the other, you know, the movie soundtrack kind of thing. And he explained how, you know, how it would start out and how it would progress. And it progressed just like that. You know, it would be more of the two lovers are, you know, looking in each other's eyes and they're feeling the moment and they decide to go get a room or, you know, back to the house or however the situation is. And it progresses and it turns into that right there, which I thought was a very, very nice track. I love the chops. I love his use of acoustic or live drums. I love his usage because he's done that the last couple of submissions. And he puts really nice reverbs on them. They're EQ pretty nicely. They sound really good. Actually, everything about it, especially this track, sounds really, really, really good. I'm very impressed with him, especially only at 17. And I'm not sure how long he's actually been making music, but to be 17 and this is where he is now. So look where he's, you know, kind of guess where he's going to be 5 to 10 years, you know, especially if he keeps at it. So shout out for that, my man. You are killing it. Coming up next, our man in Tampa. Go 007. Let's get it in. Go 007, our man in Tampa doing his thing. I was really interested in hearing that one simply because of what he said in his notes when he sent it. He's like, yeah, here's the old man version. And I'm like, oh crap, what is this gonna be? And you know what? I really, really enjoyed that. That could actually go for our movie week that we did a couple weeks back as well. That was pretty dope. And I can see that. I can see that. I can definitely visualize as I hear that. So, excellent job, my man, as usual. All right, moving right along to our man in Potsdam, the Potsdam beat banger, Stevan G. Let's go. What can't he do? Holy crap. And you wonder why I called him the king. That track was smoking, yo. That definitely goes with either one. I could see it over here. I could see it over here. He does a great job of, you know, whatever the topic, subject, or assignment is for that particular week. He does a great job of being Stevan G, knowing his background and bringing you in to whatever message or scene or story he's trying to tell. He brings you into that joint, and that is no exception. Man, Stevan is beast. All right, moving right along to the gentleman who we are co-opting this particular assignment. My man, Double Negative. Let's get it in.
Double Negative.
Oh, God. Ooh. God. Man. I guess Negative was like, look, this is my assignment. I got to show out. And man, did he. Wow. That was nuts. His best submission to date. Holy crap. There was not a single thing I did not like about that. It had an intro. It had a build up. It had the verses, the choruses, the drops, the change ups, a total flip towards the end. Holy crap. That was pretty action packed. And I'm going to assume that that's more of a strip club joint. And man, it can go either way, but that's definitely a strip club joint. Wow. Way to kill it, my man. And then I'm listening. It sounds like that sounds like that could be a Maxwell sample. I'm not 100% sure. It sounds like it. And then when it went into the flip, it kind of sounded like an Aaliyah sample. So you got to let me know what was up on that. At least, you don't have to let me know the song, but let me know who that was at least. But man, that was nuts. Whew. Negative is doing his thing, and cats are really coming out and showing out at CMA. This is a lot of freaking talent, man. All right, moving on to our final submission for the week. My man, RayDee 3000. Let's go. Our man in Sacramento, RayDee 3000. Man. Whoo. That joint came in. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is dope. Okay, I'm liking it. All right. And before I got a little worried for a second, and I don't know why, but I got a little worried. Like, okay, I hope he does something more. I really hope he changes it up. Okay. When it hit, it hit. And he kept changing it up and adding more to it and making more broad and dynamic. Yo, RayDee that's my man right there. He brings it every single time. Especially now. He is really, he's one of the original members. He came in like within that first 5 weeks of the podcast. And here we are at week 55. Damn. We've been around for that long? Wow. But yeah, here he is now, and he has done nothing but progress and grow over the last year, man. And I'm very happy to have him a part of the gang. Whew, man. So shout out to RayDee, Double Negative, Stevan G, Gold 007, Taharqa, DJ Lockturnal, Guney, and thank you for watching, listening, sharing, commenting, supporting everything we do every single week. Man, this was definitely one of our better shows. I mean, just a solid show from beginning to end. No dead spots, no down spots. Just straight heat, straight bangers all the way through. And I'm proud of all of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo! All right. If you would like to be a part of what we do here at Computer Music Academy, and trust me, there is a lot, come on over to Computer Music Academy and join us. It is that simple. I'm done for the week. It's been a pleasure. serving you. And we will talk to you next time. See ya.